I'm really excited for sure. I thought it was a possibility today, but I didn't really I didn't think it was like my day to do it. I'm sandwiched in between two other races right now, and so I kept it in mind and continued to keep it in mind. And I didn't think it was going to happen even like 7 miles out, but I continued to keep it in my mind. And then at about a mile out, someone said, if you keep going and you like run as fast as you can like dip underneath the record. And so I did it, and I was definitely psyched to beat the record by a few seconds. And couldn't be happier.
Amazing. So how's training gone for this race? You said it wasn't particularly like your A race of the year.
Yeah, I had Sears and all last week, which is a 31K. This being a 42K uphill and downhill race, but with a high elevation and a lot of gain. And then next week, pretty much, I'm doing TDS. So my training was just like kind of all over the board for all three of the races. So I think that was kind of the factor where I didn't really think that I had much focus for this race, which I still don't think I did. But I did try to touch on some workouts for all the different three different races, and I guess it just worked out all right.
Amazing. So can you share with us any training secrets, like for people who want to sort of train in the same way as you?
For this race in particular, or?
Yeah.
I certainly think for this race, you definitely want to try to put some effort into getting to altitude. If you don't live at altitude, it's not the end of the world, but maybe try to come out to this race early, by a week or so, and just get up high, just to absorb the oxygen. And it's an uphill race, and it's a pretty gradual, like for the classic uphill race where it's running the whole time. It's not that technical, maybe medium technical, maybe. So I think it's really important to train consistent uphill mileage at a pretty easy grade of like 11%. So here in America, we tend to have a lot of like dirt roads, and so maybe if you have the same thing around where you live, that can be really good training that just has like a bit of like gradual uphill and a gradual downhill.
That's really good advice. And so what's next for you then? Are you going to be at the Skyline Scotland for the final Golden Trail Series race?
I would love to be back in Glencoe, but I've done my 3 races for the Golden Trail Series, and it's a pretty far travel, so I don't think I'm going to be able to make it this year. But I have TDS in 10 days, and I guess that's the bigger factor is I didn't think I'd really have the right energy after TDS, assuming I finish, to really be able to put in some speed work for Glencoe.
Brilliant. Well, best of luck in TDS. I'm sure you'll do incredibly well there as well. And just congratulations once again. It's really exciting that you've broken a 37-year-old record.
Thanks, and thanks for being out here.
It's after any big thing, there's no words for it right now, right? It takes time to process and reflect on it. But I'm happy. I feel very lucky. Just very fortunate. It's one of these days when everything just came together. I worked really hard for this goal, tried really hard, and the race just worked out, and you don't get many days like that. So I feel fortunate that today was one of those.
Amazing. Yeah. And so you biked here for 4 days, so that did turn out to be good tapering then.
It turned out to not be destructive, or too destructive, I guess. So I'll put it that way. But yeah, I feel lucky, it's really cool, and I think it probably helped me compete really well, because for the first time really in my life, like, this wasn't really just competing for myself. I was able to, I have my limits, but when things do go hard or go bad, or when you don't feel good, people have donated a lot of money to our cause, and this is something that I believe in more than anything else. And so it's cool to be able to push. Like, think about all the people who have been rooting for me and contributing to my cause and helping out POW. And so
So just tell us what POW stands for and what your cause is.
Yeah, POW is Protect Our Winters. This is a non-profit based in Boulder, Colorado, that's working to mobilize the outdoor industry to combat climate change. In the past, it was founded by a pro snowboarder, Jeremy Jones, and now it's a big organization. They have probably over 100 ambassadors and a dozen different outdoor sports. And so, I'm working with this new kind of branch of this called POW Trail. And it's like I'm working with Joe Grant and Anton Krupishka, Claire Gallagher, and Mike Foote, and Luke Nelson, and we're trying to kind of include trail runners and the trail running community in these efforts. And so yeah, I rode my bike up to the Pikes Peak Marathon, and I'm going to ride back this coming week. And people have been really good to donate to the cause, and it's still open until Thursday, so people can still donate. There's great prizes, some Salomon vests, Sunto watch, black diamond headlamps, cliff bars.
Cool. And how do you feel right now about cycling home?
Yeah, cycling home is one of these things I'm gonna think about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny how like the race was intense, right? And it's a lot of running, a lot of pounding. My feet are super tender, but biking is great recovery. Maybe not biking a heavy bike over mountain passes for 8 hours a day. Maybe. I don't know.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting us know how you feel, and congratulations on the win.
Well, thanks. It's an honor to be on the program, and I'll see you soon.
Amazing.
I'll be in England for Glencoe.
Oh, when are you going to
Scotland.
England?
I'm flying to London on the 12th of September.
For the Glencoe Skyline.
And then I'm going to Scotland, Glencoe Skyline. I feel like that's a distinction I'm supposed to make, right? I'm not going to England for Glencoe, right? I'm going to Scotland, but I am going to England before and after. So.
Oh, brilliant! So you're doing the Glencoe Skyline then, the main race,
Well, there's the Ring of Steel, which is the Golden Trail series that I'm technically signed up for, but since I'm not actually doing the full Golden Trail series, I think I might just switch to the Glencoe Skyline to do the longer race and see more terrain. Still be competitive, you know, and get the most out of your buck, right?
Amazing. Oh, well, we'll look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks then.
That's right, I'll see you there.
Amazing, thank you.
Glasses off or no?
Oh yeah, that'd be great, thank you.
Okay. Look good?
Yeah, that looks good. So
I'm a handsome devil, aren't I?
Yeah. How excited are you today to see the women's record of 37 years being broken?
Well, as we were looking at the runners who would be running in the race, we had an idea that, you know, the women's record could fall. 37 years it stood. It was set by Lynn Bjorklund in 1981, and it was 4 hours, 15 minutes, and 18 seconds. And so, over the years, I've kept thinking somebody's gonna get that, and it never really did happen until today. And Megan Kimmel, congratulations, beat the record by 14 seconds. Just unbelievable. 37 years. So it's just it is exciting. You know, for those of us who live here, we're on Pikes Peak a lot, and so sometimes we take it a little bit for granted. But you know, Pikes Peak Ascent Marathon weekend really brings it around. Shows us how special this mountain really is to us when we see other people loving it as much as we do. It means a lot. And so when you can have a historic day like today, it means even more. And you know, it's awesome.